Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Shout out to the chat, shout out to the YouTube streets. Karibu ni umbani wangu 20 zetu kuja na mimi kula chakula miji baridi. Mm. Kuvuta kiti kachini unakaribishwa marafiki yangu. Yo, shout out to the chat, shout out to the YouTube streets. This is your homegirl. Uh, Barbosa, the BT 1000, aka the Jeeper Creeper on the shit, aka Lucy the Vampire, aka the German Shepherd, and the goddamn room. And I don't know why she does this all the time. I don't know why she does this all the time. True Essence. I mean, I know everyone has their own channel and everyone posts what they post and say what they need to say, but it just seemed right to me she trying to start shit when nobody's trying to start any shit with her. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me. And she said that damn D and all them other folks over there try and talk shit about her. I haven't seen anything where they have actively come after her in the last couple of days or whatever. She's saying that they're doing it. Now stop the cap. She need to stop the cap. Go sit down somewhere and come up with another narrative. And I hate this shit about and this is what kills me about people on this app. They got such an inflated ego. They got an inflated ego and they think that they God's gift to the world. You know, you're only a gift to you, yourself, and your family. You're only important to you, yourself, and your family. I don't see anyone attacking True Essence. I haven't seen anyone attack her in a while because someone would have covered it by now. Somebody would have did a reaction video about it now. But then again, there are some people I no longer watch in the sector like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not interested in a lot of the so-called reaction videos. So-called reaction videos. Shout out to the chat. What's up, Kiss My Cheeks? Shout out to you. Good evening. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for supporting the channel. Yeah, I don't think anyone's talking about True Essence like that. She trips me out though. She got this one little clip, right? And she don't never use herself. She don't never come on camera and do these little quotes. She never comes on camera and does any of these little quotes of motivation or anything. You don't even see her doing short clips of herself in these videos. I can't stand when people do that. Talking about they are the light. The light of what? The light of what? What is the light that you're lighting? Where is the light? Who is attracted to the light For real, for real. She got a little girl voice. Who is it? The voice is annoying. I don't got nothing against the lady, but the lady is nerve wracking. She on YouTube doing these so-called morning, but she's trying to motivate herself. She's trying to motivate herself, and I don't understand why people do that. If you're already motivated by your own life, by your own circumstances, by your own situation, why do you have to come on the YouTubes and try to reiterate what you already believe about yourself? Now she's saying that a damn D, and all these other people from the other side, the Kwamites, are still fucking with her. I'm gonna tell you something. If they are fucking with her, they're fucking with her because you sat over there with them for a couple of years, moderating, and then all of a sudden you turned against them for whatever reason. So of course they're gonna fuck with you. Of course they're gonna fuck with you. They're gonna do that. And doesn't she still hang over there with Kwame Brown, the biggest loser in the sector? Shout out to the Jack. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. For real, for real. We got 3 in the building. It doesn't matter. We got 3. It doesn't matter if we got 3. It doesn't matter if we got 30. It doesn't matter if we got 300. The message is the same. True Essence is full of shit. She's trying to say people are fucking with her, and I don't see nobody fucking with her. She comes on here talking about she is the light of the world and all this. Okay, Caroline, where is the light? And if you're so much the light, why do you have to keep saying that you are the light? You are the light. You are the light. You are the light. You are the light. No, you're not the light. Because you just tried some bullshit. You tried to start some trouble with Lonnie One Love and Uncle Suge. Yes, you did, ma'am. Yes, you did. You had it on your fucking community wall. Talking about she the fucking light. She ain't the fucking light. She's a fucking troublemaker. She says she don't want nobody fucking with her this year. Well, why don't she stop fucking with other people? That's exactly what the fuck I see her doing over here. She fucking with people and talking about she ain't fucking with nobody. Give me a fucking break. Like Neil Carter says, give me a break. I so deserve it. Bitch. I can't stand bitches like True Essence. They be all right for a minute, but because they're not getting the attention they think they should be getting, and start up all kinds of shit. Just starting up all kinds of shit. That's what she does. That's what she does. With that irritating little girl voice. That bitch sound like a straight up 5-year-old. I'm dead ass serious. That bitch got a 5-year-old voice. Look at the sound. Can you listen to the sound of my voice? You can tell I'm a mature person. You can tell that my voice box, whatever female voice box I got, matured as I got older. Now, there are some times when a woman or a female becomes excited and her voice will be a high-pitched sound, but nobody has a screechy voice all the time. You and I, Michelle, you got a screechy voice, and it's just so tiring and sickly. And it doesn't make any sense why a grown bitch sounds like a little 5-year-old girl or a little 7-year-old girl. Come on, y'all. This doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I mean? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube street. This is your home guy, Arabia Barbosa, 914 Westchester County, New York, coming to you with another white video. And they don't understand why, True Essence is on the YouTubes saying that everyone's fucking with her, but nobody's fucking with her. She's just making up the shit so she can get attention and then go around all over the YouTube streets, going on tour, saying that people are fucking with her. That's what the bitch want to do. They say we meant that. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. They say the true essence is a little bit older than myself. What true essence is 53 years old. As I say, so all she do is cause problems and disturbance all over the yeety. This is what I believe. This is what I believe about true essence. I believe she's bored. I believe that those people over there, the Kwamites, was talking about her. Yes, they was fucking with her for like a couple of months. I will say that. I will take up for her and say that. But it just seems like recently they have not been saying anything about her. They have not been going after her. When certain people say certain things about people that she doesn't like in the sector, then she wants to post it and repost it, and she keeps chiming in. It's like she wants someone to come over there and start fucking with her. But ma'am, if someone starts fucking with you, then the first thing you're gonna say, you're gonna start crying, and then the next thing you're gonna say, you're going on vacation. The next thing you're gonna say, you're on vacation, you don't know what's going on, but you do know what's going on the YouTube streets. Shout out to the chat. It's unreal. What's up, DJ Cleveland? And shout out to the chat. For real, man. That's the way I see True Essence is doing. Ain't nobody fucking with her. Ain't nobody bothering her. Ain't nobody did a video about her. Or she wants someone to say something about her. She wants somebody, because not too long ago, she tried to start some bullshit on these YouTube streets. And trust me, there was a reaction video done. It's just like she wants people to come after her. That's just my opinion. That's what I see happening. That's just my fucking opinion. And kiss my cheeks, you may not know what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you, that's how True Essence is. That's how a lot of you bitches are in the sector. But I know that for a fact about True Essence. Been dealing with her for a couple of years. She's just like that. People are bothering her every 5 seconds, but it's really her fucking with them. It's really her fucking with them. And you know what? You know what really pisses me off with a lot of people in this fucking sector? With a lot of people in this fucking sector, they have watched True Essence for years. Sit over there with Damn D and Kwame Brown. Okay, for years. She was a moderator for them. She was a moderator for these different channels, the Kwamites. Then one day she got into a tussle fight with some of the Kwamites over there. So what does she do? She gets her ass up. She runs over there to the rabbits. She sat over there with the rabbits. Then she runs her ass over there to Vince the Sniper. You know? Hiding in these different channels, hearing these fucking different links, and I haven't heard any of them. I haven't heard Damn D, Garrett, or none of them say anything about True Essence. I haven't. For real, for real. And that's a reality. People can take it for what they want to take it for, but that's the way I see it. True Essence is a fucking troublemaker on the YouTube streets. She throws rocks and then tries to hide her fucking hand. Just like that time we was over there in Vince's channel, and she pulled the stunt that she pulled. She did that, and then she tried to hide her hand about it. Then she actually admitted to what she did. Then when she got put on Front Street, she got blasted. You know what I mean? Then she had an apology. You know what I mean? I'm talking about between me and her. What happened between me and her? I ain't talking about her, me, her, and other people. But one thing I do notice that particular evening that bullshit had happened. Damn D had hit the link, and Damn D was trying to get involved with me and her business. And I told him it had nothing to do with him. He just need to stay out of it and leave it alone. You know what I mean? And as time went on, I didn't think about True Essence no more. I knew she was still on the YouTube streets, but it really occurred to me last week or the week before that this bitch be trying to start some shit. And turn out she's the light. She's the chosen one. When God chooses. No, when God chooses you, he tells you on the day of your birth. He doesn't wait 53 years and then tells you, you are the chosen one. I'm giving you the light of the candle so you can light the whole world. He doesn't tell you. I don't know what God she's worshiping, but that must not be God talking to her. Some people got it all twisted about this religion shit. There was a brother on the YouTube streets today talking about how one of the biggest churches got shut down years ago, and it got outshined by the Christian church and the Islamic mosque. Shout out to the chat. It doesn't matter what kind of religion black people are involved in. Where we created the religion, we just allowed other people to hijack the religion. And I do not believe in this concept of God chooses any one individual. No, he doesn't choose one individual. He chooses groups of people. So when so-called God is talking to you, he's actually talking to other people too. If there is a true concept of the God that you serve, and I don't think there's a true concept with that. I think there's some bullshit. I think it's some tonteria going on. That's what I think, and that's my opinion. Good evening, Mrs. V. Good evening. Yeah, but that's my opinion about this True Essence shit. Because I hate that concept or that thought. And then you got some people in this sector that got really inflated egos. And that is the problem with her. She's one of those people that got an inflated ego. She's arrogant. She throws rocks and then tries to hide her hand and then tries to hide behind the name of God and says, God chose her to be the light. If God chose you to be the light, why are you in this sector trying to start up a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of trouble, a bunch of tonteria? Why? Why are you in the sector doing that, ma'am? I'm dead ass serious. There's something wrong with this bitch. There's something wrong with True Essence. I'm sorry, keeping change. There's something wrong with True Essence. Something wrong with her. She said that the voice of God is telling her that she's one of the chosen ones, and she's got the candle, and she is the light. And if she is the light, Caroline, come into the light. Come into the light. All God's children is welcome into the light. Shout out to the chat. This woman got a voice like a church mouse. It squeaks. She got a very squeaky voice. If we got a few women on this app that got those little baby girl voices, some it sounds good to me, others it's just irritating. And I thank God Almighty that He touched my voice box as I was growing older. And He said, let me deepen this bitch's voice. Let there be light. Let this bitch over here have a nice female sounding deep voice. See, it can be high pitched or it can be really low pitched. Like, my name is Arabia Barbosa. Or my name is Barbosa. I coming to you from the 914 to do another live video. A shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa. I like my voice the best. Cause it could be soft or it could be fucking hard. You know what I mean? Word. Sometimes I wake up in one particular day and I be like, damn, what do I feel like eating today? Do I feel like eating chicken today? Or do I feel like eating hamburger today? Or do I feel like eating corn today? Or do I feel like eating beans today? Do I feel like eating pasta today? Or do I feel like eating white rice today? Or do I feel like not eating anything, but let me get some cereal? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. And that's the way it runs in this sector, unfortunately. Oh, Miss V, I'm doing just fine. How you doing? Miss V, did you have a good day? Did you eat lunch today, Mrs. V? Mrs. V, she's such a sweetheart. Her kiss my cheek. Hey, we back in the same thing we was at last night. It was you and it was kiss my cheeks. This morning I had other people in the chat. Shout out to the chat. I think this morning I had a pretty good little crowd. People hit the link and everything, came up and participated. And that's what it's all about. Participation. I like when people participate. This is the way, because I remember maybe 2 years ago, a whole lot of people, we had a whole lot of people participating last year, 2 years ago. Oh, child, it was a hot mess on these YouTube streets. I'm doing it mild this year, but 2 years ago, fuck. I got mad. I got upset about something. Shit, it was nothing for me to just go all over these YouTube streets and hit people panels and start some shit. Oh, it got so bad, Lonnie had stopped being my friend for a little while. Yeah, child. Y'all just don't know. What's up, Red? How was your day today? Good to see you. Good to see you. Shout out to you. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was getting ready to look at me a movie on the YouTubes, but I decided to turn off the YouTubes. After this, it going off for a little bit. I'm gonna watch Tubi. I've been look. Today is Martin Luther King Day, so today I was looking up anything that had to do with anything dealing with history, and I came across that story with the little 14-year-old boy that was executed here in the state of South Carolina for a crime he did not commit. And guess when they decided to pardon this little boy? 70 years after his fucking death. The little boy was already dead and gone. And that's what trips me out about the United States. They will know that someone is innocent, execute the person, and then 70, 60 years later, 60 years later, 70 years later, we made a mistake. We're going to give this person a pardon. That makes me so fucking sick. And that's been happening today. I acknowledge today is Dr. Martin Luther King Day. And I know today is a day of reflection. You know, I know some people will be in church on Monday singing that spiritual hymn that we sang during the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I think I stopped singing that hymn a couple of years ago. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, man. I was in this house earlier and the lights were flickering and it was just doing it just now. I said, oh shit. Because we had a train situation that just a train went by earlier. This never happened before. All of a sudden, all the lights went out. The house went dark. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is going on? But it was only for a few minutes. But it's just something like that. Some people wouldn't notice something like that, especially if they, going outside, going to the store, something like that. But I noticed it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was here in this house, and what I was trying to do, I was trying to fix myself something to eat. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Yes, I was off. I rested a lot, cooking a little pot of chicken and rice. Ooh, chicken and rice. I love chicken and rice, Mrs. V. Definitely not surprising. America is good at doing that. Yeah. Yeah, but today is Martin Luther King's birthday. A lot of people don't even acknowledge that January the 15th is the man's actual birthday. Um, what can I say about Martin Luther King? It's not too much to say. People already heard it all. They heard it all before. The only thing I can say is he led us into a burning house. And he didn't realize that until it was already too late. But maybe he already knew. But Martin Luther King was the type of dude, he wasn't even a faithful husband. The man was cheating on his wife, for God's sake. For God's sake. They say a lot of shit about Malcolm X, But I don't ever remember hearing any reports about Malcolm X cheating on his wife. Martin Luther King was a wife cheater. He was cheating on his wife. He was unfaithful to his wife. You know, he was. He was just unfaithful. Shout out to the chat. Some people say that has nothing to do with it. It has a lot to do with a lot of shit, especially if he called himself a man of God and he never acknowledged what he did wrong. And I don't know if anybody remembers that time he was in Harlem and some black woman, she just came out of nowhere and stabbed him in his fucking chest. This happened way before he felt the assassin's bullet. This is way before that happened. Because Martin Luther King was in Harlem, New York. This is way before he was assassinated. And there was a black woman in the crowd, and the black woman had took a knife and stabbed Martin Luther King in his chest area. Martin Luther King ended up going to the hospital, and they treated him for being stabbed. Now, if he would have sneezed, he would have died that day. He would have died that day. That black woman that did that to him, they identified who that was. She ended up in a hospital for most of her life, but they never got the true behind the scenes story as to why she did that. The government knew and tried to blackmail him into they did know. But Mrs. V, do you remember? Now, Miss V, I don't know how old you are. Miss V, I need you to put on your old lady's thinking cap. I want you to ride with me, Mrs. V. Wrath, you here with us? I need you to ride with me too. Anyone that's in the chat, I need you to ride. Close your eyes. Pretend. Oh no, don't pretend. We are in Harlem, New York. This is during the 1960s, where there was a black woman in the crowd that sought out Martin Luther King and stabbed Martin Luther King in his chest. Martin Luther King was rushed to the hospital. The doctor said if he would have sneezed, he would have died. Shout out to the chat. Who was that strange black woman that did it? Why did she do it? And I understand that maybe she's no longer living anymore. I have to relook up her information. I think the woman ended up passing away a few years ago, but nobody really ever got the full story from her as to why she stabbed Martin Luther King. A lot of people keep overlooking that part of history. Yeah, I'm reading the chat right now. Hold on, y'all. Oh, okay. I see y'all talking about something else. But what y'all think about that? Sounds like a paid agent to me, just like so-called brothers who deleted Malcolm. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me too. But they never said who and I'm trying to figure out why nobody else is talking about it. All these historians, all these people recording history, why isn't nobody talking about that part of history? And there's another part of history people are not talking about. They're not talking about the young lady that sat on the bus that went through the same thing Rosa Parks went through, but the civil rights leaders at that time didn't want to back that young lady because number one, she was dark skinned. Number two, she was an unwed mother. Shout out to the chat. That's another part of history no one is talking about. People have mentioned it over the years, but nobody's really talking about that. Who's really the one that started off the Montgomery boycott, the bus boycott? And it would have been under that woman name, but the black leadership at that time didn't want a dark skinned sister to be featured, and she was an unmarried young lady. They pick and choose who to. Yep. With it. Let's talk. Yep. Yep, man. For real, for real. For real, for real. They pick and choose who they want to circulate around. You know, Black history, you know, the leadership, especially the Christian leadership at that time, it just seemed like there was a whole lot of going on. Whole lot. You know what I mean? Word. Shout out to Brown Skin Lady. She was the one that came out with that concept, a whole lot. Mm-hmm. Malcolm X expected too much. Yeah, Malcolm X, he did expect a whole lot. He did. But we all understood what happened to Malcolm X. I'm just talking about all this mysterious stuff that surrounded certain things dealing with the civil rights movement. And I'm very surprised and I'm very shocked that nobody is talking about it. Hey, did you guys know that Queen Latifah people weren't slaves? They started out as slaves and they was freed during the 1700s. Did y'all know that? Do y'all ever watch that show? What's the name of that show? Not Back to My Roots, but something dealing with people's family lineage and stuff like that. And I think that's just so wonderful that people are able to use their DNA to find out, you know, excuse me, who they related to and who they're not related to. And that's how they found out about Angela Davis. She had some relatives that came over here on the Mayflower. What's the name of that show again? Dealing with people regardless of color or gender is always going to be the same bullshit. Exactly why the smart ones stand alone. Yep. But I was wondering, did y'all ever hear about that show where the people were doing their DNA and they was finding out who their relatives were and who they were related to? Now, it really tripped me out. The Angela Davis, was a descendant. Now she had some slaves in her family. Let's not get it construed. She did have some slaves, some ancestors in her family that were slaves, but then she also had ancestors that came on the Mayflower. Came on Mayflower. So those were the pilgrims. Those were the ones that caused all the trouble with the Native Americans when they came over here. So I was just wondering if anyone else seen the show where they were doing the thing about the DNA and trying to find out who their relatives were. And were they only, helping out just celebrities? Because I didn't really see any normal people, normal everyday Joe and Jane on there. But I thought it was so nice that they had found out about Queen Latifah's family. And I think it was so nice how they were able to break down Vanessa Williams family. And I was glad when because I went on YouTube's and there are some other people that do the same thing. And it was this one dude, he had been doing the family research of Whitney Houston. And it seems to it come to my attention, ladies and gentlemen, Whitney Houston came from some very interesting people. Very interesting people. And from what I understand, none of them were slaves. They were Native American. And that's what I mean by they reclassified a lot of the Native Americans as being African American, or back in those days being known as being Negro, when they wasn't Negro. They were Negro, but they were Native Americans. They were native to this country, native to this land called America. Shout out to the chat. Hey,
Oh,
what's up, Petey?
whoa. What's up? What's up? This is BB
Shout out to
Chris.
you.
Man, it's so hard to get on stage. It's like trying to get into heaven over here. But anyways, what's up? What's going on? What's happening with you? How you feeling?
Hey, not too much. Good to see you. What made you decide to hit the link?
Well, first of all, you're live. And second of all, I mean, you always talking about interesting topics. So I've always tried to, climb the ladder. I always try to talk to you. So it's just so hard
Oh,
because
okay.
you're a superstar. It's hard getting next to a superstar. So
Well, I'm not a
that's,
superstar. I'm just a regular person on the YouTube.
how long have you been on YouTube for?
Oh man, years now.
Yeah, years.
Yeah, a couple of
What?
years.
Oh, a couple years.
I
Like what year?
I've started. Well, my first channel started. Well, I started in 2013 by
Okay.
just being a viewer, and then later on, I started doing videos. And
Oh,
I
so
think,
you came out the
yeah,
chat.
yeah, I came out the chat because I
You
came from Soda Nation, what they call Soda Nation.
Oh yeah, I never
That
really
was
heard of that.
that was under Tommy Sotomayor. You ever heard of Tommy Sotomayor?
Yeah, but they took his channel. They took his channel.
Well, he's back on YouTube, but he's not like this is
Like how it
Tommy
used to be.
Sotomayor. Yeah, yeah, sort of like that.
Why did they take his channel anyway?
Well, he was very controversial and he made a lot of enemies on the YouTube, so they
Mm,
had to do something with him. So
that's
after after Kwame Brown came, that's when people really uh did what they did to him.
That's
So
why I don't
yeah.
really care too much for Kwame Brown because like he can't really relate to the regular people, but he always had these people like they fans and shit. So I was on his panel like a few years ago. You call me a thug. I was like, what? That's pretty far fetched. You don't even know me. I'm not no thug because you went to the NBA. Like I'm just a regular person. I'm considered a peon. So
Oh God.
I immediately lost respect for Kwame Brown, but I'm fuck with his cousin. I forgot Kevlo. You know who Kevlo is?
Yeah, Kev Lowe. Oh God.
Yeah, they don't be talking about nothing. They don't be talking about shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
but
what initially inspired you to, because you said that you came out the chat, but why did you start your channel?
well, because I pretty much knew that my story was never going to get out unless I told it myself. So I
Mm-hmm.
said, well, let me start a channel and let me just talk about myself and document my life.
Yeah.
And, as time went on, I met other people on the YouTubes. Some you get along with, some you don't, some you argue with, some you don't. And for me, at that particular time, this was a couple of years ago, I got into confrontation with another YouTuber, and then that's when a lot of things started happening. The music drops, people start doing reaction videos, and this is why I'm here now.
You sound like you have a East Coast slang, like your
Hmm.
terminology. So you from like New York?
Yeah, I'm from Yonkers, New York,
Yonkers.
born and raised, and So, how long have you been on YouTube?
I've been on YouTube since around 2012, but I just became a creator like maybe 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Maybe 4 years ago, because this is a new year. So 4 years ago, I became a creator. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what's your name again?
Beanie Chris. Beanie Chris. Beanie
Benny
Chris.
Chris. Okay, you was in my chat the other morning.
Yeah, I was trying
Be-
to get on stage, and you were just like, "Nah, he remind me of my ex-boyfriend." Some shit, you was like your husband or some shit. I was like, "What?" I was like, "What? You don't even know me."
Cause my moderators, they were in the chat. They was like, "Oh, Ray, he cool dude." You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a little controversial as well, but I'm my man, because man, we supposed to come to the planet to protect the women. You know what I'm saying? So, I be getting on them niggas' ass and shit. So, they don't like me because these people have cult followers and shit. So, I'm like, I'm a loner. I'm a straight up. So, I'm on YouTube, walking the streets and shit like that with no family, no home. So, that's just who I am, and I embrace that.
But I seen your channel the other day because
Oh,
I
you did?
wanted to know. Yeah, I went to your channel.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to your channel. Yeah.
Damn, girl, you looking at my videos and shit?
Yeah, I screenshot your name and I said, let me look up his channel.
Okay.
And you had some short videos up there. There was one short video where a bus came. I saw that video.
I love catching a bus. I've been catching the bus since I was a kid. Well, a lot of my friends that never caught the bus before. Like, it's crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then you did a few other videos, but I didn't go back to the channel. But I'm gonna have to go back and sub up because a lot of my people say they're a little familiar with you. So I said,
Yeah,
let me give him a
the morning
chance.
time is like prime time. So I think my first time listening to you was the time I was trying to come on stage that morning. But that's a good time for you. That's a really good
Hey,
time.
what's up, Lonnie? Lonnie One Love is in the chat.
Empress Lonnie.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, you know Miss Lonnie?
No, I never seen. I be seeing people with Empress in front of their name. I be seeing a lot of people with Empress.
Yeah, that's Empress Lonnie One Love. She she's a YouTube creator in this sector. She's all over the YouTubes. So yeah, but she's been on YouTube a long time too. Yeah.
I like that name too, V is She. I think that's a dope ass name. V is She. I never seen nothing like that before. Nah, that's creative.
Yeah,
that is dope. Dope ass fucking name.
Yeah, she's one of my moderators, Mrs. V. I call her Mrs. V. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So what's your goal on YouTube? Like you just like an artist, you just like expression?
Well, I just want to get my story out and finish my story.
What is your story consist of? Like, what is you keep saying the story? Like, what is that? What are you talking about?
Well, my life, me, just me. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Hopefully, I'll be able to collab with other women that had done
Mm-hmm.
time in prison. So maybe we could end up doing a couple of videos together.
Mm.
So
You
because
did
I
time
see,
in prison? You was locked up before?
yeah,
Damn, for real? How long you was locked up for?
not very long, about 6 years, 7 months.
That's a long fucking time. That is a long time. Yeah. I don't know. I think the longest I've ever been incarcerated was like maybe, I don't know, like as a juvenile, like 6 months maybe. But 6 years
Six
is a
months.
very long time. It's a very long
Well,
time. And you see a lot of these people because Malcolm X is one of my, I'm not gonna say idols, but inspirations. And a lot of these people that you see successful, they've all been to prison. It's so crazy.
it is. Isn't that strange?
Well, to me, like in Louisiana, like it's very normal. You know, we have more people incarcerated in Louisiana than we have all across the world. So it's just
Oh.
like boot camp to us. It's natural. So I understand what you're saying. 6 years is not a long time, but I mean, as a woman, you don't really like, as a woman going to jail for 6 years. Is you think that's the same as a man going to jail for 6 years? Is it like harsh in there?
It depends on where you go, which institution you go to. That's
Mhm.
why I wanted that's why I wanted to do the collaboration with the other women, because even though I did time in South Carolina, there might have been women that did time in Texas, California, a different states,
Mhm.
different custody levels. And
Mhm.
I was like, if I could get a collaboration with other women like myself, then maybe we can do a couple of videos and then get some awareness out, and
Word.
then perhaps maybe a real prevention program can get started. I don't know what they're doing. When I was going to school, they had this thing called Get Smart,
Okay.
and I don't know if they still do it or not, but they need
Mhm.
something like that for real, for real.
Okay, so not to mean to get in your business, but like, what did the charges consist of? What did he charge you for?
My charges, I was charged originally with strong arm robbery.
Hmm.
When I went to court, they kept it strong arm robbery, but the judge I went in front of, his name was Judge Schuler, and Judge Schuler ended up giving me 8 years, but I
Damn.
did like 6 years, 7 months.
Is the judge still
So yeah,
alive?
yeah. That, you know what? And after I got in that trouble, I didn't get into nothing that serious again. So when I got released, it was what, 2001. I went in 1995. I got
Mm.
out in 2001. So I was 28 years old. I'm 52 now. I'll be 53 next month, actually. So damn,
Mm.
this has been a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Mm. Okay, so did you have any fights in there?
There was a couple of confrontations, and I'm gonna put it like this: the fight I did have, that's the one that sealed my fate. Because when they put me on lockup, see, back then I don't know what kind of mental health treatment they was giving people. Back then, it didn't look like anything.
Mm.
So I wasn't getting any kind of mental health treatment. So I ended up, they gave me 18 months to do on the lockup because an assault on an inmate, an assault on an officer, correctional officer. Sergeant
Mm.
Osborne said I kicked her, whatever the case may be.
You
I
kicked
don't
her.
remember doing
What
it.
kind of assault is that? What the fuck? So they put you in a hole for that?
Yeah, they gave me 18 months, and the 18 months turned into 3 years and 9 months.
In solitary
And
confinement?
yeah, so they do shit like that. They
How the
do
hell
shit
did
like
you
that.
survive that? Was that better than population of you? Like the same?
Well, it's a mixture of yes and no.
Right.
Because when you do get, yeah.
Does the time
So
go
when
slower?
it, huh?
Does the time go slower when you in the hole? Does it go slower?
actually, it goes. You know what? I never thought about that concept.
Mm.
When I think about it now, I think it was going by slow,
Mm.
but as time goes, it's just like certain things. Like I could be playing. Okay, I could be playing a song in this house, right? It could be any kind of song. It would take me back to that
Mm.
particular time I was on lockup, and I never talked about
Mm.
it before, like the way I'm talking about it now. But
Mm.
I didn't think about the time. I didn't think about the concept of time. I didn't think about it.
Damn, really? So you
I
was
didn't.
just trying to joke. You was just trying to, just it is what it is. One day I'm gonna wake up and be out of here.
Right. Basically, I knew I
Damn.
had to max out, and then I kept going up for parole because me being a nonviolent offender, they classified me as nonviolent.
Mhm.
So I ended up going up for parole every year, but I never made parole. So I
Mhm.
ended up maxing out. So that's
So
how I did that.
how many parole hearings did you have before you released? Did you have about like six?
I was there for 6 years, 7 months. Yeah, six parole hearings. There
Okay,
was
so
one parole. There was one parole hearing I didn't go to, but yeah,
okay,
altogether it's six. You go once a year. Yeah,
right. So exactly. So with the parole hearings, like you was able to talk up for yourself, right?
yeah. You're able to talk up for yourself.
Mhm.
The first year I went, you go actually physically in front of the board. The second time I went, it was physical. The third time, that's when they started changing up things. You entered into the room, but you saw the parole board on a screen.
Oh yeah,
On a
yeah, yeah.
screen.
Because
Yeah.
I think it was the year 2000, probably. I don't know. I don't know when they did that, but yeah, they started doing the virtual parole hearings and shit. DJ Cleveland, I see you. I see you. I see you. So the parole thing. So take me back to the nature of the crime, because it must have been like an aggressive crime for them to like for you to do like a long time like that. Like, god damn. So the consideration, they just wasn't hearing it. They kept on setting you back, and shit like that.
Right. Even my victim, the store that I had robbed, it was a convenience store.
Mhm.
And be oh child, I'm gonna tell you. When I robbed that store, I did not have a gun.
Mhm.
I did not have a knife. I went in and robbed it with an axe.
Oh yeah. Well, that's kind of like a gun.
Okay. But the thing is, I went up for parole every year. They never gave me parole. Even the lady that was the victim in the crime, she
Mhm.
even came to the hearing one particular year, and she was like, "Let her out, because X, Y, and Z." And
Mhm.
they was like, "Oh well, whatever reason." And they
Mhm.
kept using my
Okay,
prison
okay, hold on.
record.
I don't mean to cut you off. So they gave you a nickname. Did they give you the X lady? Um,
They kept
I don't mean to
call me
laugh. I
Chopper
don't mean to
Mama. They call me Chopper Mama for a little
hold on.
while.
Let me write that down. Hold on. Stop, Bob. Okay, so look. See, this is the black man go do this a lot. The stereotypes and shit. So I mean, it was because of the nickname they didn't want to let your ass out. You know what I'm saying? Like they could be like, "Oh yeah, we will." Bro, it's funny now, but bro, that's fucked up, bro. Like, come on, man, dog. But why you had to go and get the fucking axe? Like, first of all, where you get the axe from? Like a axe?
Out of a work truck.
Okay, okay, okay.
But this happened years ago. I mean,
All right, what about this? Because obviously you didn't even fucking think about it. You were just trying to get the money. But when they
right.
open it, why you didn't think about when they open the register, just push them or something, just and then go? Like, what the axe was supposed to be for? Just intimidation?
I think so.
Yeah, you didn't think about it. You just like
Yeah, it just doesn't sound like it was no thinking, no planning, just do it. You know.
Then you got caught up, man. Fuck. So the back in the day, they didn't have the CCTV TV. They didn't have the surveillance.
You know what? They did. They did have a camera in there.
No, really? Did you have any type of mask on?
No, no mask. No mask.
So you got convicted upon like the evidence was that like we seen you there physically on the camera.
Right. And then I had pleaded guilty to the charge anyway.
Damn.
Because there was no saying I didn't do it.
Right.
Because all the evidence pointed right to me. I've been so stupid, and then I would have went in front of what you call them people, the jury,
Grand
and
jury.
they probably gave me more time.
All right. So look, so did you at least come out of there with some money?
When I came out of prison years ago, I came with nothing. So I had to start from the bottom and work my way into having a little something. I'm not Oprah Winfrey rich. I don't have Oprah Winfrey money. I don't have none of them people money. I just have me. That's it.
So before the robbery, like you were like stressed, like with money or something. Why doesn't my shit keep going up? You were like stressed. Like what your lifestyle was like? Like you had a job, you quit. Like what was going on?
Oh man, you talking about something that happened? Oh, I had a job. I quit. Before I started working that particular job, I was in Job Corps for a little while.
You went to Job Corps. I got kicked out of Job Corps. Okay, I got you.
Oh, you went to Job Corps too?
Yeah, they had Job Corps in New Orleans. It was off an airline. Yeah, I got kicked out of that bitch.
Well, how long did you stay?
I was only there for like maybe like 9 months.
9 months? Because I went in what year I went to Job Corps? I think it was 1992.
Damn, Job Corps go back a long time, huh?
Yeah, man.
And I think Job Corps, they gave me an allowance. I had yellow shirts and then khaki pants.
Oh, you was in the one where they had the uniforms.
Yeah, we had a name tag. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was really dope. But at the same time, it was like school. Like I had a job, like serving the food and shit. I actually posted. I'm gonna send it to you. I got thousands of videos, but I posted it in a short. Like it was a long. So y'all didn't have uniforms back then at Job Corps. Y'all was wearing like regular clothes.
Right, we wore regular clothes.
Okay. So, what's the discrepancy of the time between you was like at Job Corps and then you went to jail?
Discrepancy of time. I went to Job Corps that August of 1992, and I got locked up for my charge. I would say 1994. They convicted me in 1995 because I went to court in 95. So they held me in the county jail for 6 months.
Damn.
Yeah.
New York is tough, bro. For real.
No, but I didn't do my time in New York. I did my time in South Carolina. Yeah, I moved from New York in 1988. I was 15. So I was only in the South for a couple of years before I even went to prison or thought to go to prison or anything like that. So yeah.
I think it's always a good thing too, because if you didn't go to prison, you possibly could have got killed out here, hit by a car, plane crash, anything could have happened. So, who's to say that, you would still been alive if you did not go to jail?
Yeah, that's what I think about. A lot of people don't think about that concept. They think, oh, they went, their whole life is ruined. The only thing I don't like about it is that people don't never let you forget.
Oh yeah,
that happened. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. It's just like the other day. It was another YouTube creator, OSD. He was talking about passports and going to Dubai and all this other stuff. And I was like, that sounds like a good idea. So I was telling one of my coworkers the next day, and he said, Arabia, you can't go nowhere. I said, what do you mean I can't go nowhere? And then that's when he told me, he said, did you get a pardon from the governor yet? Or did you apply for it? You got to pay such amount of money and X, Y, and Z. I said, why should I pay for something that happened 30 years ago? And if I want a passport, I should be able to get one. And he was like, you got to go through X, Y, and Z to even get you a fucking passport because, you guys are banned from doing certain shit. I was like, okay, I forgot all about that. But yeah, they don't never let you forget. Never. Yeah. The shit happened 30 years ago. I was, 22? I'm 52 now. So that was 30 years ago. That means that
you have one felony. Is that considered like one felony?
Yeah, that's one felony.
All right, let me ask you a question. How many felonies does the president of the United States right now have, like President Trump? How many felonies?
President Trump, last time I looked, I think he had 32.
34. You're very close. 34.
I
think he can travel. I think he just came from Russia not too long ago. That's crazy.
Oh, he can travel? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he can travel. Yeah, I forgot the name of the aircraft that he flies, but it's very, they don't look like they have windows, but I mean, that's a badass aircraft. Like, yeah. He got treatment. Yeah.
Oh, so I can actually get me a passport.
Well, it's a different process for you. You're not the president. Yeah, but I don't know because you would think the limitations, it's not statute of limitations, but you would think that after 10 years.
Yeah, I would think so. No, I need to check it out for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do that for myself.
Yeah.
For real.
Man, it is like, because you be on YouTube trolling and stuff, but I think when people actually get a chance to know you and your story, I think it makes people, vulnerable, open up to you because, you seem like a human being and people can relate to that. People don't want to be like a perfectionist, like looking up to no bots and shit. So we get so much bullshit on YouTube, but you are a real individual, for real. Real talk.
Hey, what's up, Fanty? Shout out to the chat. Excuse me on there for a minute. I just like to shout out to my chat every time they come in. Somebody comes in. All right. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, but that's your story. That's your story. That is dope. That is pretty dope. Queen Latifah up in this motherfucker. Set it off. But she ain't playing, dog. They need to put your ass in a movie. I ain't bullshit.
They need to do something before I die. They need to do
yeah, you know what? I forgot to hold on. I'm so serious. I keep calling you the axe lady, but it's something else. Hold on. I need to get my pen. Something else. I don't even know what my pen is. What you said your nickname was again?
They called me that. Well, they called me that for a short period of time. Chopper Mama. They call me Ray Ray. They call me Shorty. But my name is Arabia.
What's the most craziest thing you seen when you was locked up? What's the most craziest shit?
The most craziest thing?
The most craziest. You like, man, this ain't normal, bro. This is, this ain't cool, bro.
You know what? I can't really say. I do remember them doing cell extractions. I do remember them doing shakedowns. I do remember some of the women fighting each other, but I can't really say for sure, like something really.
Like no woman getting pregnant by like a deputy or getting stabbed.
Only the Susan Smith situation. Now here we go about Susan Smith. Yeah, because I did time with her tip, and she, oh Lord. I'm gonna put it like this: when they busted her, when they busted Susan Smith, they immediately did a full investigation of sexual misconduct that was happening in the prisons all through South Carolina. But their main focus was what was going on in the female institutions. That I can tell you. that I can say. And I do remember Susan Smith. I do remember her very clearly. Just talking about her, just bringing up her name, her face is coming in front of me. But I do remember her. I do remember the bullshit that happened. I do remember Captain Rowe. I do remember the investigations and what happened, who ended up on lockup, or who got fired. And most of those correctional officers are now considered what? What are they now? On a sex registry. Shout out to the chat.
DJ Cleveland said they have a store now in prison you can buy chips and stuff.
Yeah, that's called a commissary, canteen. Yeah, you're allowed to buy.
How you was making stove? How you got your money in prison? Like how you was making stove?
Oh, I had girlfriends.
For real, they were
I had girlfriends. I didn't have to worry about opening up a store or doing anything special. There are some women that are in there. Around that time, they were making their money. Some of them were making money by selling arts and crafts items like they were doing the crocheting, the needlepoint, the knitting, cross stitching. Braiding hair. I did drawing for a while. I did a lot of making of birthday cards. I drew on envelopes. I did that for money too. So yeah, there was a lot of things that you could do to keep your upkeep of yourself if you're on the compound. Shout out to the chat.
And how is it that these women find people to marry while they're locked up? How do people even must get people from the free world to just be so loyal to them like that?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know, but I do know this. There is a such thing called meeting people on the internet. And before I was released from the prison, there were some females that had their own pages. And it was like meet an inmate, pen pal. And that's how a lot of women end up finding people that were interested in them. And these people were on the outside. That's how Susan Smith found a lot of her suitors. She's got more than one.
Okay, and so for DJ Cleveland and VSC and for me and also in the people chat, like who is Susan Smith? Like, what's that story? Like, who's that? What's that?
Susan Smith, she was a woman from South Carolina that murdered two of her sons, Alex and Michael. She strapped them in the car and allowed the car to go into the lake. And she's a woman from Union, South Carolina.
Damn.
That crime happened over 30 years ago. She went up for parole. I believe it was 2000 and I want to say 2024. I'm not exactly sure. But it wasn't too long ago, and she goes up for parole every 2 years. But since she's been in there, I'm telling you, her bank account is bigger than mine. Her bank account.
Donations from that shit?
The woman gets paid.
Damn.
Trust me, I could tell you some stories.
That would have been a black woman. She wouldn't have had nothing. No support. But hold on, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother live stream.
You telling the truth though. You telling the truth. And you're right.
That is
you're right.
She killed her kids and drove them in the lake. So you've seen her personally, like you?
Yeah. Up close, personal.
Was she sexy?
And I remember her. No, I just remember her. Okay, when I first came to prison in 1995, they shipped us to the women's center, and the women's center was the receiving prison for the women at that time. That's where they give you your SEDC number and your
DOC.
towel, your clothing, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And that's when I met her. She was at the back door, and I think she was saying something about looking for a girlfriend or whatever the case may be. And that's when I told her, this is what I said out of my mouth. I said, "What are you doing on the compound, Susan Smith?" And that's when she told me, she said, "You better be careful talking to me like that because I can
Ooh,
get you locked up." Yeah, because
she got
that's
a
how
complex. She
that's
bold.
how the administration. What? Yeah, and I blame them. The way Susan Smith
Oh, they
is
put her on
right
a
now,
pedestal.
I blame the institution
Damn.
for giving her the
Celebrity
protection
status.
they gave her.
Hmm.
Because if it wasn't for them, Susan Smith would be walking around with a smiley. Susan Smith wouldn't be Susan Smith.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? She would have. I mean, it would have been something totally different if the administration didn't get involved.
Girl, you done been through some shit. This is a cool ass story. All right, one more question, cause you was doing a live stream before my ignorant ass came up. So, do you believe in the death penalty? One more question.
I do believe in the death penalty. I
What?
do.
You believe in capital punishment, girl?
Yeah. Hey man, a couple of years ago, it was this dude. He killed my former sister-in-law, my niece, and my two nephews. And he was in Virginia when this happened.
What part of Virginia?
And
Virginia Beach, Chesapeake,
Newport News,
Newport
Virginia.
News? Shout out to the
Th-
757. You know, I used to be out there. Okay.
Yeah, that happened in 2011. I do believe he deserved the death penalty. I do believe. I do. She was a military. She was active military when he killed her. Killed her.
Ooh.
Killed my niece. And killed my two nephews. And
Ooh. Okay.
I do believe they should have got him out of here.
That is
But
wild.
he's in prison right now. And from what I understand from one of my brothers, the man's still trying to get out.
Nah, but
He's
he
still
killed military personnel. He's not getting out of that bitch.
he's not getting out.
He's not getting out of that
He's
motherfucker.
not going nowhere.
No, you ain't got a chance in hell.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro, that is so crazy. Look, Chopper Mama, I love you. Look, this was a girl. I wasn't expecting to talk to you for this long, but we gotta run another show together. We gotta do a part two. This is dope. This is so fun. This is way better than that drama shit I be in. That should be so boring. I like
Okay.
that people don't be talking about nothing on YouTube. So this was so interesting. This was like watching cable TV. This was dope, bro. This was really dope for real. And thank you so much for having me on the panel. See, I want to call you Axe Leader, but it's actually Chopper Mama. You know what I'm saying? You know, down here when we talking about them choppers, but you know, you got the axe. I got to tell my mom. I was like, Mom, I met a real woman that she ain't playing with these motherfuckers. For real. Like, what? Hold on. I ain't trying to be funny. What you was like, give me the money. Give me the money, bitch. Like, look, I'm a
Yeah,
holler.
give me the
I love you, girl. I gotta go. I'm a holler.
money. Okay. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. I enjoyed talking with that young man. He was trying to hit the link the other day. Y'all go over there and sub up to him. Mrs. V, if you're still in the chat or any of my moderators are still here, make sure that you get his name and you put his channel, the link of his channel in my chat if you can. If not, I'll be more than happy to do it myself on my community wall. But shout out to the chat. Yeah, we was up here all night. Yeah. Beanie Chris. Yeah, that's his name. Beanie Chris, make sure y'all put his channel into the chat. Put the link to his channel in the chat, and we will talk again. This was I didn't expect to talk to anyone this evening, but I thank God that he did come up and he did talk with me. Shout out to the chat. Thank you, Mrs. V. I really appreciate that. Yeah, very good job, Mrs. V. I appreciate you posting it like the way I asked you. Thank you. Okay, everyone. I think we've been up here for more than an hour. I want to thank him for coming over, this young man. Yes, yes. So, yeah. I want to thank Beanie Chris TV, for coming over and, rocking out with your girl, Chopper Mama. I ain't used that name in so long. Lord have mercy. But I was glad to able to talk with him. And now, for those of you that didn't know that much about me, now you do know a little bit more. Shout out to Empress Lonnie One Love for coming into the chat. She was very wonderful. Yeah, it was a wonderful talk that we had this evening. DJ Cleveland, shout out to you. I appreciate it, Miss V. Yeah, I seen it. All right, everyone, we out of here. I think we have worn out our welcome. Shout out to Benny Crease TV. Thank you for coming up. Thank you for hitting the link. I appreciate you coming up and talking with me, your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa. Shout out to my moderators that was in the chat, Wrath, Mrs. V. Shout out to you. Shout out to DJ Cleveland. Shout out to Fanti. Shout out to Empress Lonnie One Love. Shout out to everyone that was in the bushes. Shout out to the replay that's getting ready to happen for this video. Shout out to True Essence because, I was like, that lady knows she need to stop the cat and stop saying that she's God's gift, the light of the world. True Essence, stop the cat. All right. Shout out to the chat. We out of here, you guys. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And in the words of Wendy Williams, how you doing? We out of here, y'all. We out. Peace. Y'all have an awesome night. Good evening, everyone. We'll see you later on. Have an awesome weekend. Thank you for coming over. Thank you for your support of this channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Homegirl Arabia. And I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Shout out to my support team. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my YouTube creators. Shout out to my panel. Shout out to the people that hit my panel. And shout out to everyone that's moderating for me on this channel. Shout out, shout out, shout out. We out. Peace, peace. One.